Hello students, welcome back to my channel Maths Made Easy with AB. Today in this video we will be learning about graphs. We will be seeing the application of whatever we have learned till now in the earlier videos of graphs. We have seen how to draw graphs and we have seen graphs, we have seen transformation of graph. If you have not seen the video, students, let me tell you, those are very important videos and those will form a foundation base for this video. So I am putting that video in the description as well as in the info icon. You will get the entire playlist. Go through that and then you can come back to this video. So we will be looking into maybe top 10 most important questions that are frequently asked when it comes to graph. So we will apply graph and then we will solve it. So let's move into the first question. So the first question is, draw the graph mod x plus mod y is equal to 100. Say not 100, say for example the first question is mod x plus mod y is equal to 1. Draw the graph mod x plus mod y is equal to 1. So this is the first question, students. So how will we draw it? So see, maybe you can pause the video over here and you can draw it in your notebook, see whether it matches or not. So students, what can be the points? If x is 0, students, if x is 0, y will be what? Y will be 1, y can be 1. So 0, 1 can be 1 point, 0, 1 can be 1 point. If x is 0, y can be minus 1, students. So 0, minus 1 will also be a point because mod of minus 1 is positive 1. So 0 plus mod of minus 1 will give you plus 1, right students? So 0, minus 1 is another point. If y is 0, x will be 1, students. If y is 0, x will be 1. So this is 1 point. So 1, 0. Similarly, x is equal to minus 1, y will be 0. So minus 1, 0 will be another point. So these are the 4 points, students, and you know this is a straight line. Correct? This is a straight line. Whatever lines will be formed by joining these 4 points. Very simple over here. So let us join these 4 points. So we have the y-axis, we have the x-axis over here. Students, I think till here it's very much clear to you. We have the x-axis, we have the y-axis, and we have the points 1, 0. This point is 1, 0. Over here we have minus 1, 0. Over here we have 0, 1, and over here we have 0, minus 1. So basically this is the graph. This is the graph of mod x plus mod y is equal to 1. This entire curved figure that you are getting has a center at 0, 0. Students, now the question that is usually asked in joint entrance examination is find the, so you got this question, right? So till here I think you understood it, how we can draw mod x plus mod y is equal to 1. So basically this was the question number 1, or maybe the logic concept number 1. Now let us see the kind of questions that are asked in examinations. So I am erasing this part. So you have already got to know this one. The question that comes is find area bounded by curve mod x plus mod y is equal to 1. So this is the question that comes frequently. This is a frequently asked questions. Mod x plus mod y is equal to 1. So students, you know the graph of this. So simply over here you have 1, 1, 1 and 1. So simply you need to join this, correct? So this is the graph 1, 1, 1, 1. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, students, correct? So what is the area bounded by this curve? What is the area of this, students? So this is basically a triangle, this triangle plus this triangle. This triangle area is half into the base is how much? 2. This is 1, correct? This is 1, this is 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. Into what is the height? What is the height, students? This is the height. So basically 1 is the height. So you have this as 1. So upper part is 1, the lower part is also 1, right? So the total area the bounded by this is 2. So the answer is 2. Got it, students? The area bounded by the curve mod x plus mod y is equal to 1 is 2. The answer is 2. Now students, what happens is, say for example, if they change the question, and put it as mod x plus mod y is equal to 100. Mod x plus mod y is equal to 100. If the question is this. So what will change, students? Simply the 1 will become what? The 1 will become 100. The 1 will become 100. So this is minus 100, this is minus 100. Correct? Simple. We just saw how to draw this graph. Now what will be the area bounded by this curve, students? So basically this will be the upper triangle. The upper triangle, the area will be half into base. What is the base, students? The base is 100 plus 100, 200. Into the height is, students, 100. Correct? So basically 100 into 100. Correct? That is 1. Correct, students? This is the upper area, this unit square. Correct? So this is 100. Correct, students? This is 10,000. Yeah. So this is 10,000. Just I'm writing it. 4 zeros are there. Yeah. And what is the lower part? Lower part area is same. So basically 20,000 will be the unit square, will be the area bounded by the curve mod x plus mod y is equal to 100. And this curve has its center at 0, 0. Correct, students? Now there is another twist that comes in the question. Now there can be another twist that can come in the question is find. So I think till here it's very much clear to you all. Find the area bounded by the curve. Find the area bounded by the curve mod x minus 10 plus mod y minus 50 is equal to 1. The question is find the area bounded by the curve mod x minus 10 plus mod y minus 50 is equal to 1. Students, understand what was happening earlier was the question was mod x plus mod y is equal to 1. Correct? So basically this was x minus 0 plus mod y minus 0 is equal to 1. Clear till here? So this is in the form of this mod x minus a plus mod x minus b is equal to 1. If you get this form, this figure will be a square figure. You already saw. Whose center will be at a comma b. Whose center will be at a comma b. So you need to remember this, student. If I hope while watching, you are not watching this video just without pen and paper. I hope you are watching this video using pen, paper, and you are noting this down in these questions. Students, I'll tell you what I used to follow when I was a student. I had kept a diary for mathematics. So I used to practice whenever I used to practice in a rough notebook. But all the important concept, all the important tricks that I used to learn, I used to note it down in that diary. And student, till now I have that diary. Yeah, that is a very useful diary, and till now I see those concepts. So remember, students, if you have the diary, there will be few concepts you write, there will be 1000 concepts you write, and questions will be coming from there only. Yeah, students, so I think you understand what is the importance and how you need to study. So that is also my responsibility to teach you all that how you need to deal with a question that comes. So this question, coming back to the question, mod x plus mod y is equal to 1. So basically this center will be at 0, 0, which we already saw. So coming back to this question, student, this question is same. The figure is simply the center will shift. X minus 10 plus y minus 50 is equal to 1. Earlier the diagram that you saw, the center was at 0, 0. Now the center will shift at what? 10, 50. 10, 50. But the area will remain the same. The area will be 2 only. So basically, if I draw the diagram, I'm removing this. Hope you have written it down. This is another concept. So basically, everything will remain the same. The diagram will move like this. This center will now become what? 10, 50. So basically, from here, from 0, 0, this diagram has shifted to 10, 50. But the area, that was 2. Right, the area was 2, we had earlier found out, the area will remain the same, but it's just a shift of this diagram to 10, 50 as the center of the image or the figure that you have, or the graph that you had drawn earlier. I think students, you have understood this question, this concept. Let us now move into the second important question over here. The second important question. Students, if you are enjoying my video, do subscribe to my channel and give the thumbs up, and do share it in your circle as well. Students, let us see question number 2. The question number 2 says, find the area, let's not move into area, ultimately we will be moving into area, but let us now first see, draw the graph, fractional part of x plus fractional part of y is equal to 4. Fractional, so, and this is what? Greatest integer function. Yeah, if this bracket is given, students, and this is mentioned is equal to GIF. GIF is greatest integer function. I'll just revise what is greatest integer function. I've already done this before. If I haven't, I'll just give the info icon. You can go back and see. Else I will be defining it over here also. So what is greatest integer function, students? Greatest integer function is, say for example, you have 1, you have 2, and there is a point 1.7 over here. So greatest integer function always shifts the value to the integer that is before that. So greatest integer function of 1.7 will be 1. And similarly, we had a least integer function also, which we had seen in that video. Please go back. So that is just the opposite. You go back to that video, and that is denoted by this. Yeah. So I'm not going into least integer function. Now, so basically coming back to the question, you have box x plus box y is equal to 4. Box x plus box y is equal to 4. This is how it is pronounced. Yeah, the pronunciation is this. So box x plus box y is equal to 4. Students, so now understand y is equal to box x. We have already seen the graph. Y is equal to fractional part of x. We have already seen the graph. I am linking this video already. So the graph was x and y. So the graph was this. Yeah. So this was 1, this was 2, this was 3, this was 4. Just I will explain it why it was like this. So I told you something that is anything. Say x is 1.7. So if x is 1.7, it will lie somewhere here. What will be the value of x? The value of x will be 1. Correct? 2, 3. X is something into 2.3, say for example. So the value of y will be what? 2. X is say 3.8. 3.8 will be here. So what will be the value of x? So 3. So basically it will be moving back to the previous integer. So x is minus 0 point something. So the value will be minus 1. Correct, students? I think this was the graph. We have already seen this before, so I am not going into that right now. Already I have showed you what we have done before. If not, go back to the video and do watch it in the Play with Graph series. So students, box x plus box y is equal to 4 you have. So what we need to do over here is, so understand, so I am drawing the graph and then I will explain it to you why I drew it in that way. So this is x-axis and this is y-axis. So I am now drawing some of the lines. Okay, so I am just numbering it. So let me draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And similarly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. Okay, so over here we have x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. Yeah, students. So understand, now I am just taking one example. So if the value of x is say for example 4.8, if the value of x is, so just see, if the value of x is 4.8, student, so what will be the value of y in that case? If the value of x is 4.8, or say for example if x lies in between 4 and 5, x is not 4, x is not 5, say for time being, x is 4 till 5, 4 till 5, from 4 to 5, so the value of x will become 4. If the value of x becomes 4, this outcome, so if x is lying in between 4 to 5, the outcome of this entire part will be what? This entire part will be 4. So to make the sum equal to 4, the output from this part should be equal to what? 0. So y will lie somewhere in between 0 till 1. So y will lie somewhere in 0 till 1. So So students, understand, will it be this area? Will it be this area, students? Will it be this area? In this area, students, y is, so x is lying in between 4 and 5, x is lying in between 4 and 5, and y is lying in between 0 and 1. So any point, take any point lying in this square between 4 to 5 and 0 to 1 will satisfy this equation, and so on and so forth, students, and so on and so forth, students. So if you take somewhere over here, so x is lying in between 3 and 4, it will give you a value of 3, correct? So y should give you a value of 1. So y should lie in between 1 and 2, so that they sum up to 4. So the graph of this equation mod x, box x plus box y is equal to 4 will look like this, and similar pattern will form this side, and this side also. So I have only drawn this in the first quadrant. Okay, similar pattern will form this side, and this side as well. Got it, students? I think you understood it. So that is your homework. You go back, you decide how it will form this side. So it will be same. It will be a same diagram that will come up, but you need to think on the logic, and hopefully you understood it. Students, if you didn't understand, please go back to the video and again see this video. So basically, you need to sum this up. This plus this should be 4, correct? This, if this output is coming to 4, this output will come to 0, correct? So first can be 4 plus 0, that is equal to 4. If this is 3 plus 1 is equal to 4, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, correct? Where will be 2 plus 2 is equal to 4? Somewhere over here. 3 plus 1 is equal to 4 here. 4 plus 0 is equal to 4 here. Then students, 1 plus 3. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4 here. Then 0 plus 4 is equal to 4. So these are the possible cases that has come over here. So these are the values of x, that is box x, and these are the values of box y, and the sum is giving you 4. These are the values of box x and these are the values of box y, and that is giving you 4. Correct, students? I think till here you understood it. So the question that has come up, students, again that has come up in the entrance examination is find the area formed by the curve box x plus box y is equal to 4 in the first quadrant. The question that has come up, so it's an old question that is frequently, I have seen frequently, I don't know whether it had come earlier or not, but it's frequently asked in various examinations, is in the first quadrant, students. So what is the area? So this area is 1 into 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So the area in the first quadrant is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. 5 unit square is the area formed by the curve box x plus box y is equal to 4. And overall, in all the 4 quadrants, students, since it's a symmetrical diagram, 5 into 4, 4 quadrants, 20 unit square will be the overall area that is formed by the curve box x plus box y is equal to 4. I think you understood this. This is a very simple thing. So this area is 1, no? This is a square, this is 1 and this is 1. This is 1, this is 1. So 1 into 1 is 1. So basically 5 squares are over here. Similarly 5 squares this side, 5 squares this side, and 5 squares will be this side. So 20 unit square will be the area found out. So this is the second example, students. I hope you understood the second example. Students, I am planning to make this video in 2 parts. In the today's part, I will be showing you 5 important questions. In the next part, we will again come up with 5 important questions. So let's now move into the third question. Students, I hope you are learning something from me over here. My motive is that you learn out something so that you can benefit a lot. Yeah. So the third concept, student, is, so students, let us look into the next question, which is y is equal to sin x upon x, drawing the graph. Students, you must have already heard, or you must have already gone through limit x tends to 0, sin x upon x is equal to 1. So you already know this definition or formula, as we say. Yeah. So you are already aware about this. Now why this is coming and what is the graph. So we will understand this in details. Now students, let us see what kind of function this is, whether this is odd function or this is even function. Yeah. So if you see fx is equal to sin x upon x, this is the function. What is f of minus x, students? F of minus x is sin of minus x by minus x. Sin minus x is minus sin x by minus x, which gives you sin x upon x, which is equal to fx. You already know, you have already seen videos of odd and even function, that f of minus x is equal to fx implies fx is a even function. Yeah, already discussed before, f of minus x is equal to fx means even, f of minus x is equal to minus fx is odd, correct? And if both conditions are not satisfied, the graph is neither even nor odd. An even function is symmetrical about the y-axis. An even function is symmetrical about the y-axis, and an odd function is symmetrical about origin. Like cos function, like the sine function. Let us understand what I just said, because at times you tend to get confused. Yeah. So say for example, y is equal to sin x, only sin x. What is this function? This function is odd or even. So students, you already know the graph, that this function is like this, symmetrical about origin. Y is equal to sin of minus x is minus sin x, that is, this is an odd function, and you can see that it is symmetrical about the origin. Got it? And y is equal to cos x, students. So cos of minus x is cos x. Cos of minus x is cos x. So basically f of minus x is equal to fx, which is an even function, and you know that minus pi by 2 and pi by 2, this is cos x, this is symmetrical about the y-axis. Now students, y is equal to sin x by x, this one, the question that has been given, you already saw that this is an even function. So it will also be symmetrical about the y-axis. So if you draw the graph of this side, you can draw the graph of this side also. Yeah. Now let us understand 2-3 more concepts over here. Which are, say y is equal to sin x upon x, you already know. Now students, if I ask you one question, what is sine of infinity? What is sine of infinity? You can pause the video and think. So students, sine of infinity, so now understand this part. You know the graph of y is equal to sin x. So this is plus 1 and this is minus 1. This is the range of sin x, students. This is the range of, this is pi, this is 2 pi. This is minus pi and this is minus 2 pi, and so on and so forth, students. So this is y-axis, this is the x-axis. Yeah. So you know that sin x, the value, the maximum value of sin x can be plus 1 and the minimum value is minus 1. Coming back to the question, sine of infinity. So if x goes till infinity, the answer will not be infinity, the answer will not be 0, the answer will not be undefined, the answer will be, it can have any value lying in between plus and minus 1. If any of you watching this video thought this answer, that it will lie between plus 1 and minus 1 and plus 1, then you can tap yourself that you are going in the right direction, you are understanding my videos, and you can congratulate yourself that you are going in the correct video and you are at the correct place. If students, you didn't understand, maybe possibly you must not have seen my earlier videos on play with graphs. So I'll request you to go through that series. Play with graphs, function and calculus must go hand in hand. So both the series are equally important, plus the other videos whatever I am making. Yeah. So students, sin x, now see, this is the numerator and x is in the denominator. In the numerator you have sin x, and the denominator you have x. This part is always lying in between plus 1 and minus 1. But this part will keep on increasing as x increases. And if we go this side also, this part will keep increasing. So this value will keep increasing, but this value will remain small. So ultimately, this entire value will go and merge as 0. So as x tends to infinity, students, I had asked you what is sine infinity, not this value. Yeah, coming back to this, if I ask what will be this value when x tends to infinity, Students, if x tends to infinity, this part is a constant part, a small part lying in plus or minus. This part will be infinity. So this function will tend to become 0 as we go this side or we go this side. Since it is symmetric about y-axis, so whatever will happen this side, the same thing has to happen this side also. Clear? So now I am trying to draw the graph of y is equal to sin x upon x, looking into the condition that you have understood several things over here. So this is, so what is x, and this is origin, this is y-axis. So you already know that at x is equal to 0, this one, students, limit. When x tends to 0, sin x by x is 1, value is not attainable, but still. So this is the graph, students. This is the graph of y is equal to sin x. So this part is symmetrical. This is the graph of y is equal to sin x upon x. This part is pi. This part is 2 pi, because at pi, 2 pi, and so on and so forth, 3 pi, minus 2 pi, so on and so forth, these values become 0. So upper part becomes 0 and x will keep on increasing. So you see that this part, the hump, this part, this was 1, this length was 1, this hump has reduced. This hump has further reduced until infinity it will go on and become 0. Yeah. And this side of the graph will be same as this side of the graph. So basically y is equal to sin x by x when x tends to 0. This becomes the graph of y is equal to sin x by x. Students, I think till here you have understood how to draw the graph of y is equal to sin x by x. Several concepts we have seen, and students, you can see this graph, left hand limit and right hand limit. Yeah, left hand limit and right hand limit both are tending to 1. Hence limit x tends to 0, sin x by x is 1. Limit is defined. That's why limit is defined. Yeah. So that was about y is equal to sin x upon x, students. Now let me quickly brush you through 2-3 important things which I have already seen before, but still y is equal to sin x, students. You know that the graph is lying in between plus 1 and minus 1. You know this, and the graph is somewhat like this. This side is somewhat like this. This is pi, this is 2 pi. Students, you have already known before, I have already told you that this area is 2 unit square. Same, this hump, the area is 2 unit square. So students, if somebody gives you a question, this is pi by 2 at pi by 2. Somebody gives you a question, integrate 0 till pi sin x dx. Integrate 0 to pi sin x dx. What will be the answer, students? The answer will be 2. Now students, if I ask you integrate 0 till 2 pi sin x dx, 0 till 2 pi sin x dx, the answer won't be 4. Somebody will say that 2 plus 2, sir, it is 4. No. In integration, you have to remember that above x-axis is considered positive, below x-axis is considered to be negative. So this will be 2 minus 2, 0. 0. So 2 minus, if somebody asks you what is the area bounded by the curve y is equal to sin x from 0 to 2 pi, the answer is 4. But if somebody says integrate 0 till 2 pi sin x dx, answer is 0, because it becomes 2 minus 2, 0. So you have to get into the details just as we saw. If you are understanding the students, I appreciate you are understanding everything. Yeah. So till here, I think you are clear with it. Let's move on. Also, we have seen in earlier videos that this graph y is equal to ln x, ln x or log x base e. This area, students, this is 1, 0. This area shaded 1 till minus infinity. This area is 1 unit square. And y is equal to e to the power of x or a to the power of x. This is 1, 0, 1. This area is also 1, since this is symmetrical. This is symmetrical. So this area is also 1 unit square. Both these areas are 1 unit square. Students, you have to keep this in mind. You don't have time to integrate and then solve and all. Yeah, we have already discussed this. If you have not seen the video, do watch it. Do watch the series Play with Graph. Yeah, let's now move on to the next important question. I think that will be the 4th number question or whatever. Y is equal to, the next question is, y is equal to x square minus x to the power of 4. Y is equal to x square minus x to the power of 4. You have to plot this graph. Now students, there are several aspects of this question. So you have fx. First you have to find whether this graph is odd or even. Let's see. Fx is equal to x square minus x to the power of 4 is given. If I write f of minus x, so minus x whole square minus x to the power of 4. So which is x square minus x to the power of 4, which is equal to fx. Hence this function is what, student? Even function. Hence this function is even function. So basically, if you can draw the, so this is origin, this is y axis, this is x axis. If you draw the graph of this side will be symmetrical. So you have to only worry about drawing it on one side. That is one point that you have to make sure when you are given a question, students. So y is equal to x square minus x to the power of 4 is clearly an even function. So it will be symmetrical about the y axis. Yeah, so this is one aspect of this question. Let us now move on to the next aspect of finding the maxima and minima. Maxima and minima. So dy by dx, we will differentiate dy by dx. You know already this is 2x minus 4x cube. dy by dx is 2x minus 4x cube. So if I do dy by dx is equal to 0, if I do dy by dx is equal to 0, so 2x common, 1 minus 2x square equals 0. You are getting x is equal to 0 or plus minus 1 by root 2. Plus minus 1 by root 2. Let's not worry about minus, because if this side it will come, so this side it has to come. That's why it has come as plus minus 1 by root 2. Hope this side, that side, you are understanding what I am trying to say. Yeah, since you are now grasping it. So understand what is happening. So let us also find d2y by dx2. Second differentiation. So this will be 2 minus 12x square. 2 minus 12x square. If I put x is equal, so d2y by dx2 at x is equal to 1 by root 2, you get 2 minus 12 into 1 by root 2 whole square, which is 2 minus, this is 2, 6, which is minus 4, which is negative. Students, if d2y by dx2 is negative, we can say that x is equal to 1 by root 2, we will be having a maxima. At x is equal to 1 by root 2, we will be having a maxima, a maximum point of that graph. We can say this, yeah. I think this is clear. So x is equal to 1 by root 2, you have to keep in mind. So now it's very clear. It's very clear. We can draw the graph. So you have to remember x is equal to 1 by root 2. And what will be the value of y at x is equal to 1 by root 2? 1 by root 2 to the square minus 1 by root 2 to the power of 4. So this is half minus 1 by 4. This is 1 by 4, that is 0.25. That is 0.25. So now let me draw the graph for you. Now let me draw the graph. This is y-axis, this is the x-axis. At x is equal to 0, students, at x is equal to 0 anytime. First get easy points. Some easy points will help you draw the graph. At x is equal to 0, y will be 0, so the graph will pass through origin. If x is equal to 1, y will be 0 again. So if x is equal to 1, so y will be 0. Same thing will happen this side also. If you are drawing it this side, this will happen on this side also. Now at x is equal to 0.25. So 0.25 will be somewhere here. The graph will attain a maxima. The graph will attain a maxima. So the graph will go like this. And the same thing, this is 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2, and this is 0.25. The same thing will happen this side also. Just I am drawing it. So this is the graph. This is the graph. So this is minus 1 by root 2. This is 0. This is minus 1 by root 2. That was the local minima that x is equal to 0. So let's not see that right now. Yeah, let's omit it. So this is the graph. So now you understand. So the same thing is drawn this side because it is an even function. Now why I drew it like this, say for example, if x would have been 4, x would have been 4. Why I am drawing it this side? So 4, so this will be 16 minus 4 to the power of 4. So 256, correct? 256. So minus of 16 minus 256 will be some big negative value. Hence this graph will go on moving down, and this graph will also similarly go on moving down, and x is equal to 1 by root 2. You attain the maxima, that is 0.25, and same is happening at x is equal to minus half. Students, I think you understood how I drew this graph. So this was a very easy graph. Yeah, this was a very easy graph if you see, just by looking into the odd and even function and by looking into what kind of image or what kind of maxima minima, I drew the graph easily. Student, maybe this video I am stopping it over here itself. In the next video we will be looking into much more applications of graphs. Many of the students have commented, sir, you are teaching these videos, but how will we apply it in day-to-day problem or the numericals that comes? So this is how. So area bounded by the curve, or maybe some situation arises when the function is like this, some object is moving like this, so it can be a trajectory, whatever. So you need to know the graph, you need to know how it is operating, and then only you can solve the problem, students. Yeah, maybe application from here I will move on to projectile also, some physics also I will be showing it to you, how you can apply and maybe equation of a straight line, whatever. So whatever comes in the picture, some functions we will be taking, acceleration. So when you start physics, maybe you memorize some of the formulas, what is velocity, acceleration, yeah. So maybe a few part we will be moving into that as well. Yeah, students, I think you are enjoying the video. Do like. If you have any questions, do go to the comment section and comment. And if you have good feedback, please give that also. And if you have some suggestions, feedback to give, do mention it. Do share in your circle. Thank you so much for your time, students.